Before time existed, what was there? Nothingness. But have you ever wondered why so many ancient civilizations, from Greece and Egypt to China and the Norse lands, told strikingly similar stories about how our world was born? Not from a peaceful void, but from the swirling, untamed, primordial chaos. Let's explore this chaos symphony together. Imagine a state before everything we know. Before light, before sound, before space itself. The ancient Greeks called this chaos, a gaping, formless abyss. It wasn't empty, but a jumble of all potential things, all mixed up. Out of this disorder, two fundamental beings emerged: Gaia, the earth, and Uranus, the sky. Their separation was the first act of creation, the first step in bringing order to the universe. Now, let's travel across the world to ancient China. Here, we find a remarkably similar idea. The universe began as a cosmic egg, a container holding a swirling mixture of yin and yang chaos. Inside this egg slept a giant named Pangu. For 18,000 years he grew, until one day he awoke and stretched. With a swing of his mighty axe, he split the egg in two. The light, clear part, the yang, rose to become the heavens. The heavy, dark part, the yin, sank to become the earth. Pangu stood between them, pushing them apart, ensuring order was maintained. From the Greek separation of earth and sky to Pangu cleaving the cosmic egg, the theme is identical. Creation begins by dividing chaos into fundamental opposites. But what happens after this initial separation? The myths get even more personal, and a bit more gruesome. Let's head north to the icy realms of Norse mythology. At the dawn of time, there was only a void called Ginnungagap, flanked by a land of fire and a land of ice. Where they met, the frost giant Ymir was born. He was the first living being. But Ymir was not a benevolent creator. He was a creature of chaos. The gods Odin and his brothers eventually rose up and killed him. But his death was not an end. It was a new beginning. From Ymir's body, they fashioned the entire world. His flesh became the earth, his blood the oceans and rivers, his bones the mountains, and his skull, held aloft by four dwarves, became the arching sky. The world we know is literally built from the remains of a chaotic giant. This idea of creation from a divine body isn't unique to the Norse. Let's journey to ancient Mesopotamia, home of the Babylonians. Their creation epic, the Enuma Elish, tells of a primeval conflict between the gods. The central figure of chaos was Tiamat, a monstrous sea dragon goddess. She represented the untamed, destructive power of the primordial salt waters. The young god Marduk bravely challenged her. After a fierce battle, he defeated Tiamat, splitting her massive body in two like a shellfish. With one half, he created the arch of the heavens, and with the other, he fashioned the earth. Again, we see the world being constructed from the sundered corpse of a chaotic entity. From Ymir's flesh to Tiamat's carcass, the message is clear. To build a new, ordered world, the old chaotic one must be dismantled and repurposed. So, why these incredible similarities across cultures that had little to no contact with each other? It's unlikely they were all copying from the same source. A more compelling idea is that these myths are a reflection of a fundamental human experience. Think about it. Early humans looked at the world around them and saw both predictable patterns and violent, unpredictable events: storms, floods, earthquakes, wildfires. Nature itself seemed like a constant battle between order and chaos. These creation myths, then, are our ancestors' grand scientific theories, their philosophical poems. They were attempts to make sense of a world that often felt random and dangerous. The separation of sky and earth reflects the most basic observation of our environment. The violent death of a chaos monster represents the taming of nature, the building of dikes to control floods, the clearing of forests for agriculture, the establishment of laws to govern society. These stories taught a crucial lesson. Order does not simply appear. It must be fought for, won, and actively maintained against the ever-present threat of chaos. The Myth Nexus, the core idea connecting all these stories, is this profound realization that creation is an act of organization. It's about drawing lines, setting boundaries, and building structures out of raw, untamed potential. Whether it's Pangu pushing the heavens away from the earth, or Marduk using Tiamat's body to create the cosmos, the narrative is the same. Order is born from the deliberate arrangement of chaos. This isn't just an ancient idea. It's something we still do every day. Every time a writer stares at a blank page, an artist at an empty canvas, or a scientist at a messy set of data, they are Pangu, standing before their own cosmic egg, ready to bring order to chaos. These myths are more than just old stories. They are a timeless symphony of creation, a testament to the human drive to find meaning and structure in the universe. They remind us that from the greatest cosmic mess, the most beautiful order can arise. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through the Chaos Symphony. If you enjoyed this exploration, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world. See you next time.